Hey, it's Josiah Novak, and welcome to the True Transformation Podcast, the top fitness podcast for men who want to get ripped, naturally boost testosterone levels, and use fitness as a tool to not only look and feel better, but improve all areas of life in the process. Welcome to the show. Buckle up. Life moves fast. Let's make it count. Today, we're talking about 3 keys to cracking the code on fat loss. Anyone out there listening who has struggled to lose fat, to really figure out this whole game that is fat loss, today's podcast is going to outline my 3 biggest tips for you as you get into the whole transformation game. It can seem like impossible at times to lose fat. You might feel like you're spinning your wheels. You might feel like it's impossible. You don't have the genetics. You're too busy. You don't have the time that's needed. Well, I'm going to solve all those issues for you today. I'm going to give you the code that has helped me and thousands of other guys just like you lose fat and keep it off forever. What's the first key to cracking the code? Well, the first key is understanding the nutrition game. All right. And I'm going to make it so simple for you today as you get started. There's obviously way more advanced concepts, but what I'm going to tell you today is going to knock out 95% of the game. If you get this stuff right, you'll be well on your way to dropping fat. The first thing is understanding calories. Okay. Calories are how we measure the energy in foods. And you just need to be aware that you need to be burning more calories than you eat, or eating less calories than you burn, however you want to say it, if you want to drop fat. Okay. If you want to drop fat, calories are king. You're going to have to control how many you eat on a regular basis. Day in and day out, being aware of how much you're taking in calorie wise is going to be key to unlocking and cracking the fat loss code. What most of the time, what I see happen is guys who are trying to lose fat, they start eating healthier. And, they start snacking here and there. They have some drinks. They have a few meals that aren't exactly calorie friendly throughout the week. And they don't see any movement in their fat loss, right? They don't see the scale coming down. They don't see the body changing. And what typically is happening is you're hovering right around maintenance calories, okay? You're not dipping below that calorie line where you're then burning more than you eat. You're hovering right around that maintenance level where you're eating roughly the same amount that you burn. So my suggestion is to start tracking how much you eat, tracking your calories using simple tools like MyFitnessPal and a food scale. Very easy to use. In fact, today I just filmed a whole video on how to do it for our clients. Very, very simple. Take you a few minutes every day. But that's one of the keys to unlocking this code is getting your calories under control and knowing how much you're eating day in and day out. That's going to be super, super important. Okay. So let's move on to the second key when we're cracking the fat loss code. The second key is to stop being sedentary. Okay. We sit around way too much. All of us do. I'm sitting around right now doing this podcast. We got to move more. We got to get off our butts and start burning more calories. We've got to start being more active, using the food we're eating to translate into energy to be utilized, walking around, moving, working out, that kind of stuff. So 3 to 4 workouts a week and then 10,000 steps a day. That's where you need to start. Okay. You get more steps in, you get your workouts in, and all of a sudden you're able to eat more and still lose fat because you're burning more calories. You don't have to starve yourself. And by the way, you're not going to be frustrated anymore because you're going to see movement on the scale and in the mirror because you're eating the right amount of calories like we covered in step number 1. And you're starting to move more. You're getting your movement up, which then leads to fat loss getting cracked. You're starting to see real progress. So moving more and training more are key. Okay. So let's go to the third key to cracking fat loss. Okay. Third key. If you're struggling out there with fat loss and it's a situation where mentally you just can't seem to stay in the game. Okay. A couple things I want to lay out for you that will help you with the mental side of things. Number 1, fat loss is not a race. Okay. It's not a sprint. It's not a marathon. it's just a phase, okay? It's just a phase in what is your fitness journey. Fitness is a lifelong pursuit. It's a tool that you utilize for the rest of your life. It's a way of living. It's just a part of you that fuels every other part of you, okay? Being healthy and in good shape makes everything else in your life better. Mental clarity is better. Your health is better. Your sex life is better. Your work life is better. You feel better all the time. So that translates to you just being better, period. Okay. So if you're mentally trying to get to the end goal as fast as possible, you're going to get frustrated because it's never going to be as fast as you want it to be. Because we all want it to be overnight, right? Like we all want to wake up with a six-pack tomorrow. It's not going to happen. We got to give it some time. We have to earn it. We also have to learn to appreciate it. Even if I snap my fingers and I gave you a six-pack overnight, there's only going to be two things that happen. One, you're going to lose it because you don't know how you got it. Okay? You're not going to be able to sustain it because you have no idea how you earned it. And number two is you're not going to appreciate it. So it's going to be something you don't really take care of. Your fat loss is not going to be something you appreciate because you didn't do the work to get there. So the overnight result doesn't end up being good because you just aren't going to be able to keep it. It'll be a flash in the pan and gone very quickly because you're going to revert back to the old things you were doing before. So I want to keep this stuff simple for you guys because I know you're busy. I know you have a lot going on. I know you don't have time to be Mr. Fitness all the time. You got a business to run or a company to work with or employees or a team to manage and family and kids and wife and spouse responsibilities and all other fun stuff, right? Fitness should just be fuel for those areas. It should just be what you do to stay energized, to stay in shape, to stay healthy, to support those areas. So get your mindset right. The other thing is with motivation, right? Stop thinking you're going to be motivated every day. Think of the days that you're not motivated, which are probably more than the days that you are. On those days, you need that signal, that I'm not motivated feeling to be the signal to get going, to start doing it. When you don't feel like working out, that should be your signal to work out. When you don't feel like eating your healthy diet, that should be your signal to eat healthy. So instead of waiting to feel like eating healthy, take the feeling of I don't want to eat healthy as the signal to start eating healthy. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but it works. It works because, like, for example, today I woke up last night. We had friends over, stayed up late, ate a little bit of bad food, didn't wake up feeling my best, didn't want to go to the gym. So that was my signal to go to the gym. Didn't want to follow my diet today. So that was my signal to follow my diet today. When you don't do what you need to do, you're committing yourself to being average. If you sit there and think, man, I don't want to do this, understand that there's thousands of other guys just like you sitting there thinking, I don't want to do this, and they're not doing it. So when you do it, you're automatically getting ahead. Okay. You're automatically leveling up. That's how I want you to think about this. This is a key to unlocking fat loss, is getting your mindset right. Don't settle for average. Don't let yourself down. Okay. You can be so much better than you give yourself credit for. And guess what? Nobody ever regretted getting in better shape. Nobody ever regretted getting leaner and healthier. No one ever regrets that. So you're never going to regret the work. You'll regret not doing it. You'll look back and go, man, I wasted so much time when I could have just buckled down and done the work.
Thanks for listening to the True Transformation Podcast.
Make sure to subscribe and leave us a review. Come back next time.